adverts, and sponsorship. We also offer latest broadcast equipment for rent, all at affordable prices. Tune in to Acnn TV via any free-to-air decoder with the following installation parameters: Intelsat 20 satellite with tuning frequency 12562 MHz, symbol rate 30 Mbps, orbital position 68.5 degree east, and horizontal polarization. You can also keep in touch with episodes of our programs via these social media platforms. For inquiries, please call 070-3265-6544 or mail us via enquiries@acnntv.com. ACNN, reaching the world with the undiluted Word of God. Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news updates, worship, and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be separated from God.
Contact us for your live streaming solutions and event coverage, such as synods, conferences, seminars, revivals, and lots more. Engage us in showcasing your brands and services to the world through
electricity or petrol to avert crises in the economy. Mr. Babatunde Olatunji, President, National Union of Chemical, Footwear, Rubber, Leather and Non-Metallic Product Employees, made the appeal at the 29th Annual Industrial Relations Seminar of the Union in Ibadan. According to Olatunji, any plan to increase electricity or petrol will be a wrong step, and the organized labor will do everything within its capacity to resist it. He said that currently power supply in Nigeria stood at 4,000 megawatts for about 200 million population, compared to South Africa with 58,000 megawatts and has 50 million population. The labor leader further said that the effect of social economic crisis and coronavirus pandemic on industrial relations was evident in high number of job losses arising from factory closure. He said that the management of in a bid to maximize profit have made staff to work for more than 8 hours without overtime payment, while many permanent employment are converted to casual. Olatunji urged the management of affected organizations to treat all workers with dignity and also respect the International Labour Organization's law on workers' rights to join a union irrespective of their status. The Department of State Services, DSS, has released 8 of the 12 aides of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Wahon, in its custody. Lawyer to the detainees, Pelumi Olajegbesi, confirmed their release at a press conference in Abuja. The detained persons have been in the custody of the security agency 61 days after they were arrested by security operatives in early July. Those released on August 30 includes Deokola Ademola, Ayobami Donald, Olakunle Oluwapelumi, Raji Kazim, among others. The DSS, however, refused to release the remaining 4 persons, contrary to an order of the court that granted bail to the entire 12 aides of the Yoruba Nation agitator in the custody of the agency. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NAS, has assured Nigerians that the body will press for adequate compensations for the families of killed students and those who lost valuables in the recent just crisis. The national president of NANS, Mr. Sunday Asefo, said this in a statement that was made available to newsmen in Ado-Ekiti, stressing that NANS lamented the upsurge of religious and communal crises in the country, especially in Plateau State, which culminated in the deaths of students and country's future leaders, demanding that the gruesome incident must be halted to safeguard the future of Nigerian nation. He said it was burdened and overwhelmed by the specter of killings and kidnappings of students in the northwest and north-central states of the country. The last U.S. military flight has left Kabul airport, marking the end of a 20-year presence in Afghanistan and America's longest war, as officials said the last C-17 aircraft took off with the U.S. ambassador on board after midnight local time on Tuesday. They added that the diplomatic mission to assist those unable to leave before the deadline will continue as celebratory gunfire by the Taliban was heard after the last plane departed. The aircraft's departure was the final chapter in a contentious military effort which eventually saw the U.S. handing Afghanistan back to the very Islamic militants it sought to root out when American troops entered the country in 2001. It also was the end of a massive evacuation effort that began on 14 August, soon after the Taliban took over the country. Manchester United star Paul Pogba is adamant that manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can win a trophy this season as the Red Devils got away with a scrappy 1-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League, despite being dominated for large portions of the contest by the home side. Young striker Mason Greenwood scored the winner for United, while Pogba spoke with reporters about the club's ambitions for the season after the game. He knows that the players has got the ability to do it as he is in the position to do that. Willian has apologized to Arsenal fans for not living up to their expectation at the club. The Brazilian tore up his contract at the Emirates Stadium and now set to leave the club. In a lengthy statement after his exit was confirmed by Arsenal, the Brazilian international apologized for his disappointing one-year spell and also had a message for those who think he joined Arsenal for the sake of money. Willian scored just one goal for Arsenal, having arrived at the Emirates on a free transfer from Chelsea back in August 2020. And that is the news update. Thanks for watching. I am Rachel Ebunu.
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news updates, worship and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be separated from God.
Contact